Inflewence here, and today we have X-Transbots Varek, which is their Zarak. And this is a masterpiece version of Zarak, which is the head of Scorponok, and it is massive. If you can see my hand, it's a big figure, a big head, I should say. You do get a headmaster. It does have the Japanese head on it. I believe it's a Japanese head because I think Japanese was not a headmaster, Japanese version of Scorponok, but the American version was a double headmaster, kind of like Fort Max was. So I think for the American version, they made it similar to Fort Max, a double headmaster, but you get both, and we'll get into that. It does come in this mode, so you know I do reviews from the way it comes because, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you? People want to see it transformed or know how. So let's just get into accessories, and then we'll get into the transformation.
Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
So of course the X-Transbots don't have directions anymore. I don't even know if they have a video up, but we'll figure this out. It should be easy. I haven't transformed it yet, so this will be the first transformation on video. You do get an extra head for Scorponok, and this is what came on him, and the other face, which are very easy, and I'll show that, is this one. That's the second face. You do get two faces for the headmaster. You can see those nice faces. You get the headmaster. Here he is, and here's the box. Box nice, little shiny box. Got that going on. Got the tech specs, of course, and all the things happening. And
Subscribe.
a little surprise at the bottom. You got this guy. And of course, I guess accessory is all this stuff. So to get him out of here, all this is connected. This you can move like this and take this off. Oh wait, I took the whole thing off. Before I just took this off. You take this off, and then you have this, but you don't have to. You can leave this on. And what happens is this is going to pull back, but it's hard to get this head out of here. What I found is it's two tabs on the side of this helmet. You just untab it a little, and then you can open up this, and it just is so much easier. Just like that. And you can see his body, and then you can just lift this off. It's tabbed in. I will show you by these tabs, which what I like and it's great is these are the things that push out the chest. So if they do a Scorponok, I assume it's going to have the working mechanism in the chest to show you the tech specs. But this is already getting some paint scratched off. Not a big deal to me, but just mentioning it. It is a little scratched on the front too, which is a big deal because you can see that. Now, would I notice it? No, but you might. So that's why I'm mentioning it. The headmaster is nice. You can see his eyes kind of, or his face. He has okay articulation. He has an elbow that gets you 90 degrees. The arm doesn't go anywhere because of this. Now, headmaster is easy to ball joint. So, like I was saying, it's easy to get it into head mode. Put this back on a ball joint. Close his hands, and then you just move this down here like this. There's pegs that peg into the leg. You move this down here, flip this up, because then this goes on top here. And once you move that up, now this leg is going to keep falling off. Of course it is. Once you move that up, you can kind of push these legs in more and get them to tab right there. Pegs right there or not? Yeah, it does. Pegs right there. So here you go with the headmaster. You can see his face, and they're pretty similar. I think they're just, yeah, I think they're kind of supposed to be the same. It's just that you have the headmaster versus the non-headmaster. And how you take this off, you just take it off. It has the same peg as the headmaster, and you can switch faces. But then you can put this on here if you would like. I did find a video that went from robot to head mode, so I'm trying to use that, or I did use that. I mean, I looked at it, so we'll see how much I can get this. See how easy it is. So you pull these out. This is the legs, of course. There's tabs that flip out that are connected. Pretty tight. That's not ideal. Just be careful because they're connected right here as well, and I just ripped that off. So let me just see. Pull that down. These legs pull down. Then you can push this in, push that down. I think that's as far as the leg goes. Flip the feet out, and there's a little like heel spur thing. So pull the legs out. My camera died, so I don't know where I left off. I think it's right here. But pull the legs out. You have to pull this all the way out. Like there, I'll show you over here. You can see how the waist is tilted too. Take that out of there. Pull this down. Flip that, and then this goes all the way, pull it all the way down, so this is all the way up, or you won't get that knee that you want. It should be pulled all the way up, like there. It's kind of hard, and then you can flip this and push this back down. It covers that, but it should be flat. And then you pull the feet out. I can say there's some X-Transbots stuff here that they're X-Transbotting, but you can move that back so you can get the waist right. Does feel solid. So pull this up here. This right here comes out. Sure, it's tight. First time, it's the chest. Chest comes out like that. These you can move out like this, move this back, flip this around. You're gonna eventually move it back up. But these are sliders for the arms. The arms are tucked inside right here. I do like these sliders. I like the way they look. Like while I was looking at the video I was just watching, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You just slide these out. You gotta get all this stuff out of here too. You know, it can get tight. Like I said, there's some X-Transbot stuff here that I'll talk about. Like if these arms get crooked, it's hard to get them out. That's the main, you know how that goes. So really, ideally, slide this slider while you're pulling this. Slider is not functioning as well as I think it should. So slide it and pull it because it is super tight, and aim this up, it'll be easier. Then you can just move this back. It goes around that. You can't even see it, and it slides where you can't see it even if it scrapes off paint. That's a good thing to me. I don't know if they thought about that necessarily, but move that flap like this. Like I said, his arm is hard. It's hard because it shifts. Easier again to move it at the same time. You can move that back down. Well, yeah. Let me see if you got to move this up first. I don't think so. I think it's fine like that. You can. It does. It's all right. Then you flip this around. Easy transformation. These go in. These pegs go in to fill that in. Flip this on this side. Flip this around. Somehow this got pushed back. I guess I did it maybe, but it has to line up on both sides. Also, these flaps here, they go up and in, cover up that right there. Same over here. And I think that's it. We are golden. So here's Zarak in all his everything. This is the main head, the regular head, and you can put the head master on. Yeah, this headmaster doesn't go all... Oh, okay. I think it's on backwards. I think... Don't know if you got to move it around or what. Let me try to get it. Initially, it was super loose, but if you put it on correctly, there's like these two little notches on the side that has these... For these little notch that stick out. They kind of grab onto it. I can see it getting super loose though over time, because as you see, once those notches, they're not, it's just friction, those notches, and start moving around, it easily separates. This is just a longer base pin, which they should have did, and it has a hinge on it. So I'll show both. He has no gun. He has this right here, which is kind of like a gun. You can hold it. Flaps move independently. Back, pretty clean. Face is covered. Compare this with some other figures. So here's Cerebros from Fans Toys, so you can see how they scale together. Pretty great scaling, I would say. And you have a headmaster, Decepticon headmaster. Again, I think good scaling. Let's go through articulation now. Two things. I think the fixed head stays on better. However, it is loose as far as it comes off all the time. Like the front where you were, it is just loose. See, as soon as you start manipulating, it comes off. Probably should have been glued, because I think you just take the face down to put the new faces on. So you don't have to, it didn't need to be split. You do get 360. This is the fixed head again, because I make the distinction because it's on a hinge. So you can get way up, you can get way down, and it's on, this part is on a ball joint, which is nice. Can't remember if we've seen that before, like a big ball joint where you can get the side to side, you can get more emotive head. And here's the headmaster. You get up, down. It's not on a hinge, so it's more fixed, but you still get the movement from the ball joint, you know, at the bottom, the actual, you get it all over around. Again, this is loose, super loose. So there's that. Let me leave this head on just to see. We have butterfly joints in the arms. Arms get you up to almost 90. You got soft ratchets, get you 360. Again, almost 90. And this, you can get these how you want it. Double jointed elbow get you the full run. You got articulated fingers that are individually, are they individual? No. The last three fingers are all together and they're in the form. Here you have one knuckle or two knuckles for the pointer, and the thumb is on a hinge and two knuckles. And you get out like that. Waist. You get about that until it hits back here, but you do get an ab crunch, so you can get a little more if you lift it up, but not a whole lot. It's usable though. Speaking of the ab crunch, you get a big, deep, kind of deep ab crunch. Legs are out, die cast, and you get friction out to do the splits, which is okay. It's fine. You get up and back about that much. So of course, with all this backpack, you don't get a good range. I like the metal for the actual joints are gold, or maybe it's just chrome and it's reflecting that yellow paint. Paint's really nice. The paint is really nice. You have just like maroon and yellow, gold, I guess, goldish yellow. But oh, I thought I saw another. But then you get the swivel at the joint, just a slight swivel. Got double jointed knees that get you full just about. You hit the back here. Knees, we need to talk about the knees. X-Transbots is always doing some X-Transbots things, and I hate these knees. The soft ratchets feel weird, and I don't know, the hardware is just plastic and feels like it's not going to hold up. I don't know why they do stuff like that, especially in the legs. You can see this, the bottom joint, the top joint isn't bad. It's both soft ratchets, but, and you can get forward if you need that. But yeah, this knee is not the greatest. It feels like a rushed knee, like something they rushed. Foot, you get toe up like that, you can get toe down. I do like how they did that. It kind of flares out so you can get the toe down more, and it doesn't hit the rocker. So the rocker, again, this stuff is plastic, and I don't know if they like that spots I don't think you should skimp on, like the ankles and things. I don't understand that. I don't understand that thinking. Just like the waist again is plastic. They have the plastic waist head. So I think that's it. I don't want to harp too much. Nothing else goes on. You do have a little heel spur that you get when you push this back. They're supposed to be back as far as possible, but it helps. It does help with standing up. Standing up isn't an issue though. All in all, it's a good figure. I'm glad I have it. Hopefully they'll come out with Scorponok eventually. Who knows? It's probably years and years from now away, unless they rush that. This does feel like it could be a rush job, maybe because of what Fans Toys did. I'm not saying that's why, but I'm just throwing it out there. We just heard about this figure and all of a sudden it's like out, unless they just were like, we're done and we're gonna reveal it and then just bring it out. I like when companies do that, but I don't know if companies always do that. Sometimes I think they're rushing because of what other companies are bringing out, and we all know how that goes. Sometimes who's first. But like I said during the review, there are some things here, I call them X-Transbots things, like the choices with the knees. I don't like the ankles. They don't seem to be an issue or in the foreseeable future. Who knows? If you have this thing standing up, it is heavy. It does have some support around here, but not a lot. So I'll be concerned, or not concerned, curious, I think, how those ankles and knees will hold up over the long run. Everything else, like this paint is nice, great looking. Paint on here is good looking. It looks like imperfections sometimes, but it's like little foam things from the packaging and stuff like that that I forget to wipe off. I'll just keep rambling on. Like I said, there's a lot of good here. There's some things that I don't like, but all in all, I'm happy with it. All right, so I'll get up with you in the next one, please.
You know, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.